Guruji, you're muted.
Yeah, Premaji, go ahead.
Guruji, there are one or two things. One you said was when you were describing the Hrit Pundarikam, you said the Ekadasho Upanishad. I couldn't get the author's name.
Right, right. So there is a book called Ekadasho Upanishad, and see, normally our acharyas do not put their names in books. The tradition was that they find a way to say what they want to say without saying explicitly. No, they're very shy to say I wrote it because nobody can be the author of this Brahma Vidya. Brahma Vidya author is Shiva, and so best everybody is just restating it. And so this book is awkward to say the author is Amaradasa. I doubt if they will say author is Amaradasa. But yeah, so the author of this work is Amaradasa. And Ekadashopanishad, that means what? 11 Upanishads. Author is Amaradasa. And generally, when in those days when they write like this, just like anybody writes a book, they give a title to the book. What's the title? So they give a title. And the title of his works are all called Mani Prabha. Mani Prabha. That is the title is given. So whenever we say Mani Prabha, it refers to the Amaradasa's work on the Upanishads. That's what it is. And so we periodically refer to Mani Prabha. And his language is simpler, and he crystallizes many ideas into some simple forms, so we can so that's useful for us.
You also mentioned Apagata Ragadvesha. I missed the last portion of that sentence.
Gata Raga Dvesha Di. Okay, what did he say there? Yeah, Apagata Raga Dveshadikam, he says. Apagata Raga Dveshadikam means Raga Dvesha, etc. Raga Dvesha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsaryam. The Shankaracharya has helped us by writing this Nirvana Shatkam. So everything comes there. All those kinds of emotions, mental states. Raga Dveshadikam. What is Mani Prabha had said? For the word Virajam.
Also, Guruji, you said that at the time when we get up from sleep, Tamoguna predominates. And then the little bit of Rajoguna that stimulates for us to wake up and do our practices. And if we stay in that Rajoguna for long periods of time, our visage also changes. The expressions on our faces become either sad or angry or mad or glad according to what guna we are displaying at that time. But what I'm wondering is, from the tamoguna to go into the rajoguna, it's automatic. Something wakes you up at a certain time and wakes you. And then going from rajoguna to satvaguna is the process that we are trying to establish for going into that dhyanam and focus ourselves on that which is Shivam. So there is something, it says Vishadam means Nirmalam, Malarahitam. So these are the Madamatsarya, etc. And the Shuddha Svatika Sankasham as the shining Shivalingam that you said, there is a process. And is it the practice plus grace? Plus, how does knowledge come into that to realize that we are not this temporary phenomena?
There is only one way. There's only one way. It's called
Do it.
Shravanam. Shravanam. Shravana. That is if you have to crystallize everything into one, what is the means? If you say, We say Shravanam because Shravanam is words. Words are a pramanam. What does knowledge need? We just talked about knowledge prama, which requires a pramanam. Okay. Object is okay. Atma is the object which cannot be objectified, but that's what I'm after. I'm after what cannot be objectified. I'm after myself finally. And so I need a pramanam for it. I need a pramanam. And pramanam is Veda. Veda is Shabda. So Shabda pramanam. And literally Shabda. Listening also. We listen. So therefore Shravanam is equal to pramanam. And so if you have to crystallize everything, tell me one thing by which I can get moksha. If somebody says, the only answer our acharyas will give is Shravanam. Suppose they say meditation, then that guy will forget about Shravanam completely and he will go after meditation and he will keep sitting all day long trying to get better and better experiences. No experience is moksha. The experience is like any other experience, good experience you have, pleasant experience. You can get pleasant experiences through dhyanam, and that guy will get lost. He'll get lost because he'll be there. Punarapi Jananam, Punarapi Maranam will be there. Because he's now an experienced hunter. Everybody is already an experienced hunter anyway. Now he has a special way to get experiences. You get the experience by doing this. I get the experiences by closing my eyes. You get the experience by spending money. I get experience without spending money. That's the only difference. So therefore, that's the way I would put it, Premaj. That's the way I would put it. So we are not trying to simplify anything here. We should not say because Upanishad is talking about dhyanam, I missed out on something all these years. No, I did not miss out on anything. Shravanam is the main means. Shravanam, dhyanam. Shravanam, dhyanam. Shravanam, karma yoga. Shravanam, karma yoga. Karma yoga. Lead a life, proper life. Let me build that buddhi. Then everything else will become automatic. And there will be a time when one is going to take sannyasa. Some people literally they will take sannyasa. Why? Because they have grown out of all this process, right? And they want it's called what? Vidvat sannyasa. Person is a jnani. Like Janaka, for example, busy man, like Yajnavalkya, busy man, king of a whole big kingdom. And he's saying, I'm going to walk away. Why should a king say, I'm going to walk away? Please tell me. Vishwadit Yajna, what is Nachiketa's father? Vajashravas is doing a Vishwajit Yaga so that he can become a bigger king next Janma. Because you have to get promotion, promotion. And so this guy wants to be promoted. But Yajnavalkya is saying, is walking away from the whole kingdom. That is the only hope for human being, I feel. Because if everybody is saying, I want to become bigger and bigger and I want more and more, means there is a chance the world will collapse after some time. That's why some people, that boy I told you, he told me this. Uncle, we friends think the world is going to end in 50 years. Seriously, he's telling me this. So that because they know what's going on, they know all the environmental destruction that is happening, the consumption that is happening. At this rate, we won't be able to survive for long. That's what he's saying. His observation is true. But so that's the background. So I think Shravanam becomes even more relevant for all of us. Yeah. Hope that helps, Premaji.
Yes, Guruji. Thank you.
Sapnaji.
Namaste. Guruji, the mantra 5, I heard it this way. I read it as Antyashramasthaha. But last time I remember you correcting it to Atya. Just a clarification. Is there Atya or Antya?
Yeah. So both are okay. Both will mean the same thing. Okay. And this printout says this. Let's see. This book, I think, said Atyashrami, right? Did I say Atyashrami?
You had corrected it as Atya, but today you chanted Antya.
Oh, I see. Because I was looking at this printout that was handed out. So, yeah. So, both mean the same thing. Atyashrama, last ashrama. Atyashrami. So, one who's beyond all ashramas.
Ashrama is sannyasi, free from role identification.
Ah. The one who is free from all ashramas. Okay. Ashrama is meant for me, for my own growth. But a sannyasi also is free, should be able to say, I am free from being in any ashram. Like that. So that is Atyashrama. Antyashramastaha can refer to sannyasa. So subtle difference may be there in the meanings. Antyashrama is equal to sannyasi. Atyashrama is one who is independent of ashrama. Hmm. So in a meditative state, one is consciously, deliberately letting go of all the roles that define an ashrama. Brahmachari has a very specific role and so forth. So letting go of all those roles.
Two more things, sir.
Yeah.
Vishadam, the root is shad, right?
Correct.
In sense of falling, dropping, decaying. So is it the negative emotions dropping off? Is that what it is? Vishadam?
So that,
Falling?
yeah, correct. So,
Okay.
so sad. See, this word is sad. Sad. Not the Upanishad sad. Not the Upanishad sad. Okay, this is a sad about this.
Is it sad or shad?
See, Vishadam, you said. No, yeah. Vishadam. Yeah. Shad. So that one is shad. I'm sorry. That is sad.
Sure.
That Vishada. Vishada is sad. That is different. And here Vishad is shad. To drop, to fall, etc.
Yeah.
So that emotion, a negative emotion, undesirable emotion.
And you quoted, it is Mundaka Upanishad Mantra 7, not Mandukya, right?
Sorry, Mandukya Mantra 7. Mandukya.
Is it Mandukya? Okay.
Yes, it's Mandukya. Mandukya only, there is no 1 point, 2 point and all.
Okay.
Because it's a very short Upanishad.
Only 12 mantras are there. Only 12 plus 3 mantras. 15 mantras totally. 3 this thing and 3 so 12 mantras. But Karika is 200.
Correct. So I take it back. It's not Mundaka, it's Mandukya.
Mandukya, okay. And just a curiosity, how does Maniprabha's book, how does it look? Do you follow a book or you have a digital copy? Or?
Yeah, so that is one thing where I have a digital copy. Okay, I will send you that PDF. Okay, remind me. Send me that PDF. I'll post it down. Huh?
To me also.
Oh, Ramoji, you don't have this book?
No, I didn't. Maybe now not search. It might be there, but I don't know. Maybe that's okay. It might be there.
Kindly send it in the group, Guruji.
Yeah, best is to send it in the group, Guruji.
Yeah.
Can.
No, it might be there. I don't know. It's somewhere in the. I don't know.
See, we don't go to archive.org. We go to ramu.org. You are telling me ramu.org does not have.
No. Maybe because I can't keep all the archive books. Archive books, all the thing I cannot have.
Yeah, I'll send it to you.
Dhanyavada.
Yeah, Bhagyaji.
Jagmarji, that Rupam, Drishyam, Lochanam, Drukam. Lochanam Druktu Manasam, is it? What did you say?
Rupam Drishyam Lochanam Drik Tadrishyam Driktu Manasam Tadrishyam
Shivega, first sloga.
Driktu Manasam Drishyadhivrit. So Drishyaha Drishyaha Dhivrittayaha Sakshi. So Drishyaha, the two visargas will drop off. So drishyadhivrittaya sakshi.
Drishyate drishyate.
Drishyate natu.
Natu drishyate.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Guruji.
Haraprasad.
Namaste, Mahodaya. You said that Atma is residing, you're talking about the Kathopanishad, Atma is residing in the form of an inverted lotus bud which is situated in the heart. Now, does Kathopanishad also say that it is residing in the thumb?
So there are two mantras in the Kathopanishad. I don't know the exact mantra. So there is a Nihitam. Nihitam Guhayam is coming in Kathopanishad. So Guha, right. There it's referring to the cave. And the cave automatically refers to Hrit. So heart, cave of the heart. Then there is another mantra which talks about Angushta Matra Purushaha. If you recall. So Purusha Angushta Matraha. Matra means of the size of. So it is of the size of the thumb. Purusha. Yes. Infinite Purusha is of the size of the thumb. Yes. So again referring to that, which is the amount of space that is there in the heart.
Yes.
Okay? That's the idea. That's the idea there.
Yeah. Okay. Got it. Dhanyavada.
Sure. Shalini Rawat. We're not able to hear you. Can you unmute yourself?
She remains unmuted, that's it.
Okay. Oh. We're not able to hear you, Shalini. All right. So.
Guruji, namaste. This Anantarupam, Desha Kala Vastu Paricheda Shunyam, if we look at it for the, even the mind definition can be, found here, right? Desha Kala Vastu, Parimita Grahanam is mind, right?
Correct. See, okay, I've not seen the definition of mind. So.
No, I was just thinking, like everything which comes to an end, to understand the mind better, it can be understood in this definition.
See, Desha Kala Vastu Parimita Grahanam, you said. Okay, but is it coming in the yoga? It's coming, is it?
No, I was just saying that parimiti is there. Only then you can do the grahanam of.
Correct. So why should he define it as shunyam? Antam is the opposite of antam. Antam means what? This desha kala, etc. Paricheda. Because all we know is all antavat. We only know finite things. The infinite cannot be imagined at all.
Correct.
So that's why it has no description. How do you describe infinite? You can't. Using the finite, you have to describe infinite. That means that which is not finite is infinite. Abba. That's all you can say. That's all you can say. That is all you can say. That's why Atma has no description at all. No description. Satyam, Jnanam, Anantam, Brahma and all. This is Asadharana Lakshanam it is. It is not even a definition, really speaking. We'll come to that time. So, no word can be. Yad Vachan Anabhyutitam. Kenopanishad. The teacher is teaching the student. Yad Vacha Anabhyutitam. Hey, that which cannot be described by words. But you have to use words to understand Atma somehow.
Yeah.
Right. Therefore, here also, Antam. There is no definition for that which does not have end is called Anantam. That which is not finite is anantam. Because we don't have an object, which is all-pervasive object doesn't exist. The mind is paramitam. So mind can only objectify that which is limited in space, limited in time. That's why eternal and all that. Nityam is a word you can't really understand.
Yeah.
A child can't understand what Nityam is.
Yeah.
One has to be mature enough to say, oh, there is, through the Anityam, I am really seeking Nityam. If somebody says, I can shake my head and say, yes, that makes sense to me. And you are that Nityam if I say, now tell me something. You are now talking something. And so that is why Shravanam becomes very important in this. It's not a teaching of an object. So, very good point.
And I was also thinking it's such a nice way of appreciating even the Nityam, because it is Vastu Kala Paricheda, who can do it? I mean, without that, the mind cannot perceive. I mean, you can't see two things at the same time or understand two things because of this Vastu Kala. So it is wow. It's doing something which is really out of, imagination. You just appreciate the creation also.
Right.
Yeah.
Guruji, I have a request. If you can send the PDF to the group, it would be helpful for all of us.
Yeah, I will do that. I will do that.
Thank you so much.
So some of you, if you're reading it, you'll enjoy it because you can understand the words that he used, and it will be a good reference when you're studying Upanishads.
Thank you.
Good. Yeah, Swapna.
Quick question. Is there anywhere in the Shastra that, is there a description for Atma as a light inside that, you see? Is there any reference to Atma like a light?
Yeah, Swayam Jyotihi. Jyoti. Swayam Jyoti Brahmanam in Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. It is called Swayam Jyoti Brahmanam. And you know why it says Swayam Jyoti? The teacher is asking, how do you see things in the daytime? Daytime I see things because of the sun. Surya Devata is there. He makes me see everything. Good. And what about nighttime? In nighttime, do you see or not? Yeah, I do see. How? Moon is there. Moon is there. You don't bring electricity and all right now. Okay. Moon is there. Okay. So what about moonless night? How will you see things on a moonless night? Moonless night. Vacha, vak. Vak, he says. Suppose somebody is coming. Just hold on to the rails and come. Hold on to the rails. So that is helping me in a dark, pitch dark, right? Watch out, do that there, go there, turn to your left, careful. Okay, watch. He says, walk becomes my guide. Okay, then after walk, what? Suppose words are also not there. Then what? Then he says, Swayam Jyotihi. I am that Swayam Jyotihi, because of which all these things are there. Because of this Vak, Chandrama, and Surya, everything is able to operate. That is me. Swayam Jyoti. That's the brilliance what he's talking about.
The Ekashloki is there.
Ekashloki also is there.
Yeah. Kim Jyotis Tavaman.
Guruji, was it in the Brahmavalli that it comes Jyoti Jyoti Swayam Jyoti Atma Jyoti Shivasmyaham?
Brahmajnana. Yeah,
Yeah, where does it come? Somewhere it comes.
Yeah.
So there is a lot, many places it comes.
Jyoti.
Prakashate, Kathopanishad, Prakashate comes. How about that? Okay. So like this.
Comes there saying Iti Vedanta Dindimaha. That in that slokam it comes.
Brahmanandavalli.
So is there in our parampara, in Arsha parampara, is there during dhyanam do any of the swamis or in your experience, do they talk about seeing the light inside as part of meditation? I know between thoughts they emphasize that, right? Between the silence, right? So
So seeing the light is not possible, right?
yeah.
If I see a light can be seen, physical light can be seen. And even when meditation, physical, some lights may be there also. We don't know. We can imagine lights and so forth. And whatever I see is not me anyway. Because why? Rupam, Drishyam, Lochanam, Tadriksham, Drishyama. Therefore, whatever I see, even in meditation, what I see is not me. Therefore, Swayam Jyotihi cannot be seen. Then what is Swayam Jyotihi? I am that Swayam Jyotihi. At this moment, I am the awareful person. I am awareness. I am Satyam also. That awareness is Swayam Jyotihi. And so, that is why Shravanam becomes very important for us. In fact, in some shlokas somewhere, the Shastram says, a guy who is meditating but not doing Shravanam is a fool. Like that, some shloka is there. Because that's going to go on a different track altogether. If he's trying to see some light, he maybe end up seeing some light also, and he'll think that light is Atma. Then the next question he will have, how can I keep seeing that Atma all the time? So one wrong idea leads to another wrong idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there is no chance.
Yesterday.
Or even if somebody says, like that person who asked me, I'm doing Vipassana, that state of mind was so good. How can I, he's asking me, how can I be in that state? Why don't you ask that Guru who taught you Vipassana? You should ask that question to him or not to me. I am an Advaita Vedanti. I am not a Shunyavadi. But he's asking me.
Because those guys don't answer, Guruji. That's the problem. Oh God. They are just useless. Sorry.
Or his guru might be dead.
No, because they don't know. That's it.
So, I want to be in the state. Good state is always desirable to be in. So, I want to keep on being in the state. So, this keep on being in the state and all is just wrong idea. The Vedanta doesn't talk about it. Where in Upanishad does Krishna talk about all this? Bhagavad Gita, sorry. They didn't talk about all this. Anam is helpful for us. Helpful. We don't take it as an end.
Yeah, the reason I asked was yesterday I chanced upon somebody, a friend of mine asked me to listen to this talk. I never listened to anybody other than Arsha Parampara, but anyway, she said I listened. So this is from Vedanta Society, some Swamini. So she talks about who am I, and in the end, it was just lots of words, and then light in many things made sense, but this light business came and I was like, what is she telling? And so I just wanted to clarify. Yeah, it's very hard to understand anybody else because it's just words and so flowery words and big words and it's hard. I just don't listen to anybody else because I just don't understand. Sometimes I wonder, it's very hard. But I don't know. Okay. Dhanyawada.
Shabdajalam Maharanyam.
So in Sampradaya is very, very important. And otherwise, we can get carried away quickly. Very tempting to get carried away. I mean, these words, I wonder how they will explain all these words. That too in the context of meditation. Will I see something during this meditation? The teacher has to say that there is nothing to be seen in meditation. Finally, that's what the Atma cannot be seen. So many words are there. Apramayam and all is there. And Achintyam is also there. The question should be, hey, if Atma is Achintyam, not thinkable, then why am I studying Vedanta? That question I can accept. We will answer that question. Because studying is all about thinking, logic, everything. That is a reasonable question. What light will I see during meditation, if you ask? Then that's not Vedanta. Good. Yeah, Shalini ji, go ahead.
Actually, Hariom, Guruji, actually, Swapna Ma has already asked part of my question, and it flows from that only. And also because she mentioned Vipassana, even I had Vipassana in mind when I framed my question. So it's like this. You said that Shravanam is where was this? 1 minute. Shravanam is very important for moksha. So from Shravanam you go to Dhyanam. From Shravanam you go to karma. So my question is, Shravanam, we are listening to also listening to words, and in Vipassana they say there is no point in listening to anything, because all that you have to do is to look within, and there's nothing that anybody can, no question that anybody can answer for you, because all questions are within, all answers are within yourself. So they call this Shravanam Shabda Vilas. That is Goenkaji's term for that. Even in other sampradayas, as you said,
Shraddha Vilas means what again? Sorry.
Shabda Vilas means you are indulging yourself in words. That's all that you're doing. So, as Swapnaji also pointed out, the Vedantin, I forgotten her name. It starts with Divya something. Is that so, Swapnaji? The Vedantin that you listen to? Some Divya something. Yeah, she's
I
very
think
famous. She's very famous, and they also follow the Advaita Vedanta. So, my question is, how will words lead to moksha? Which is another way of saying, why should I study Advaita Vedanta? I mean, from a beginner's perspective.
Good question. So let's do this. Next, this is an important topic, and it might be worth if I talk about it in the next class itself. Maybe I'll bring up the topic of Achintyam, etc. And then say, okay, if it is Achintyam, then your question is, how this whole Vedanta is a lot of words. And Shabda Vilasam is there. It's a play of words. You people are using all kinds of words to talk about something, Atma. And it's not going to take me anywhere. I'd rather look in words, correct? And then forget all this Sanskrit and Upanishad and Maniprabha and Amaradasa and PDF and this and that, correct? And so I think that's a good question. Maybe I should do that. I should bring up this topic. If I forget it, just let me know. Somebody unmute yourself, let me know. Okay?
I'll do that, Guruji. Thank you.
That Shalini, if you can do that. And by the way, congratulations on your work. I've not seen your translation yet, but we did see the sample of the Tamil and Hindi was there in that segment, right?
Yes, Guruji, in that segment, they've just given a sample. You will not see it, you will listen, you will hear it. So eventually, when you go to the channel, that they had just, told you how you can change the language. So English is also on. So we've onboarded English also. So if somebody wants to listen to that in English, in fact, not yesterday, I had a good fortune of visiting the Kumbh. And I met a family from Bahrain, and the mother-in-law was a retired Sanskritam principal of some college in Rewari. And she was so keen that we do this translation in Sanskritam also. So I told her I'm not the person, because I am learning AEE in Sanskrit. So she said I can help. In fact, I'm going to put that suggestion also. I don't know if we have an audience for that, but she says you do it and you keep it. So I think Arsh people, or maybe somebody in the Chinmay mission who knows the language in and out, can do it, and maybe it can benefit a certain segment. I'm not sure. So yeah, so it's been done in some South Indian regional languages and in English, and we're still looking for translators in a lot of other languages. So the rights have been brought. And it's not my work alone, Swamiji. It's just that, sorry, Guruji, it's just that I wanted to highlight it. It's a lot of people involved in there. I was just part of a team, but it's a very important this thing, because although the videos and the serial was made long back, so technically it is a very I mean, from today's standard it's very inferior. But the idea was to contemporize at least the language, because nowadays even my children, or even, I mean, look at young children, they are learning Hindi through English. They are learning their mother tongue through English. So, and there are a lot of, there's a huge segment, NRI segment, that can access it, that can access that wisdom. So the idea was to contemporize it. So I was just a small cog in the wheel, but yeah, I was just the English person, but this is very important. So that was the thought behind it.
But
Thank you.
Shalini, there was no English in that particular video.
Nothing. That was just to illustrate the point. Not in that sample. That was just a very small sample. But you can do it when you go to the channel. That's how you can change the language, and you can do it.
Shalini ji, you are in Bombay?
No, sir. I am in Chandigarh, but I was involved with the entire team on VC, on video conferencing, because we had to do the dubbing and everything.
For
And
Chinya Mission.
Yeah. That's it. Thank you.
Good work. Yeah, only an organization like Chinmaya can do this, because it takes resources, it takes people, and it takes an army of people. And Ashavidya Gurukulam is small, minuscule compared to Chinmaya Mission. And, I told you the story, 20 Hindu organizations were invited to Delhi, and top Hindu organizations of India, let's say. And so all this Art of Living, Chinmaya Mission, Isha Yoga, and Ramakrishna Mission, Gayatri Parivar, everybody came, and then Ashavidya Gurukulam, Swamiji was invited. Swami told me, just go, you go to this conference. It's a conference organized by Indian Council for Cultural Relations, which is part of the Ministry of External Affairs. And so we went to a meeting. So everybody's talking about themselves. And they all talk about all the facilities they have and what are courses they conduct. We had this course in Dubai. There were 1,500 people came. We have a big auditorium in Bangalore. It's a stadium style seating, and so many thousands of people sit, and 10,000, 100,000, some numbers they were quoting. Finally, my turn came to talk about Ashavidya Gurukulam. I told them, Ashavidya Gurukulam headquarters is in Rishikesh. There is not even headquarters really. There are independent entities. Rishikesh, this one, Nagpur, Coimbatore, America, US, in Pennsylvania. I'll give you an example. In Coimbatore, we have an ashram. Maximum 250 people only can eat in that ashram, means in that dining hall. That's how big our dining hall is. And we also have a lecture hall. Maximum 200 people only can sit. 10,000, 15,000, not possible at all. And so that's how small we are. This is how I started my talk. Everybody started laughing at me. I told them what we do and things like that. But so Chinmaya Mission is the best organization for me. In fact, in that meeting, they were asking about who will do this, who will do that. Some of the things where we are really good at, I pointed the finger to Chinmaya Mission, that director, Manisha, I think her name is.
Manisha Khemlani.
Yeah, Manisha Khemlani ji. She was there. And I told her, Manisha ji is the right person, I said. And everybody said, yes. And so, because that's it, she can command so many resources. We don't have funds even to run the ashram for a few months. It's all going on shoestring budget. We are not a marketing type thing. We don't conduct huge courses all over the world and all. We conduct courses, whoever comes, that's it. And so that she did it. She's leading some of the activities. And we are all contributing towards that initiative. So
it started in 1960, no?
Huh?
That's because it started in 1960 and the others are all after 1890.
Yeah. Right. So, I mean, Ashavidya Gurukulam was invited because they are known to be a top organization when it comes to the teaching Advaita Vedanta and Sanskrit. So, we can help organizations in that matter, but we can't muster resources around it. kind of wherewithal we don't have. Yeah, good. Such a Chinna mission, Upanishad Ganga, those days I remember. I think they must have started it 15 years ago or something. I remember somebody was talking about it those days. And nice initiative. Upanishad. At least the word Upanishad comes out, and
Ganga.
your English will make it more accessible to people in general. And regional language is very good idea. Many of the middle-aged and seniors, they want to hear it in their own language. And even if they know English, they are more comfortable there in their own language. So that's very good. And vice versa.
Dr. Chandra Prakash Dwivedi, the person who acted as Chanakya and he also made the entire thing, he's the one who purchased the rights. He's a brilliant thinker. It was amazing working with him. I'm sure everyone in this generation here remembers him as Chanakya. He's got this pockmarked face and he's such an intense character and he's so committed and he's amazing. I mean, it was thrilling to be part of that team. Is all I can say.
Anytime we can rewatch the whole thing, Chanakya.
Yes, we must, sir.
Very good, very good.
Each serial, it's really.
What characters we ought to be all floating in that kind of a mindset, Artha Shastra, Upanishad, Validasa, all these mindsets are there. Very good. Thanks for sharing that with us. So you translated from Hindi to English, correct?
Hindi to English, and then we had to choose the voices because it's very difficult. The syntax of the English language is very different from Indic languages. So fitting that, so it was very challenging. There was a lot of back and forth, and even with the voices, because Guruji, you say the Chinna Mission is a big organization. Most of us are volunteers here. And but we had to have good dubbing voiceover artists, and they are very expensive. So we did not get that quality, frankly, because they demand like half an hour, 1 lakh, 2 lakhs for half an hour. I mean, that is the going rate right now. And these were 52 episodes, so we did not get ideal voices, but still, from whatever we could, we tried so many companies, and then we finally managed with one, whatever best we could make out of it. So that was the challenge, to fit, that the dialogue has been spoken in, let's say, in 14 seconds, to fit the English translation into that was the challenge. Actually, anybody can, I mean, translation is not such a big deal. Even AI is doing it nowadays. So, but yeah, that was the big deal. So that was it.
Right. So it is not like translating an essay from one language to another. That's not a problem. But here you got the same words. The video is the same thing. You're not recreating the video.
Yes.
And so that mouth movement, lip movement.
Yes, lip syncing has to happen. So it shouldn't appear very, it shouldn't be very off. It shouldn't put off the audience. It shouldn't be, it should have to like sync a bit.
So at least what, 70%, 80%, something you.
Yes, as much as we could, best as we could. There's a huge resource crunch even within the Chinna Mission, because we spread ourselves too thin. There is so much being done. And interestingly, the best part was, I didn't know at that time, because at that time I was not aware of Arsh. But I met so many old timers who would speak so fondly about Swamiji. And even now, here at the Chandigarh ashram, there are people who talk about him. So yeah, so I know both sides of the story. So yeah, thank you.
Very good, very good. Thank you. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Dhanvantaraya Amrita Kalashahastaya Sarvamaya Vinashanaya Trailokyanataya Shri Mahavishnave Namah.